Good afternoon, and welcome to today's New York City Council vote for the Committee on Finance. Please silence all cell phone and electronic devices, and as a friendly reminder, do not approach the dais. Chair Brannon, ready to begin.
Thank you, Sergeant. Okay, good afternoon, and welcome to today's Finance Committee meeting, where we will be adopting the FY26 budget. I'm Councilman Justin Brannon. I chair the Committee on Finance. I want to acknowledge all of my colleagues who are present: Council members Farias, Brewer, Lewis, Osei, Hanks, Ayala, Carr, Powers, Moya on Zoom, Williams, Wan, Brooks Powers, Salam, Stevens, Sanchez, Ressler, and Hudson. Today, the Finance Committee will take the necessary actions for the City Council to adopt a $115.9 billion budget for FY26. To begin, I want to thank Speaker Adrienne Adams for her fearless leadership throughout her tenure as Speaker of this Council for the past 4 years and throughout this entire budget process, which began literally the day after we passed the FY25 budget last summer. The Speaker's commitment to a budget that meets the needs of working people of this city and insisting that we have the resources necessary to invest in our neighbors set the tone for all of us, with a record number of baseline funding and wins for the Council. I also like to thank the Speaker for maintaining standards of transparency and inclusivity for all members throughout the budget. We may take it for granted now, but I can tell you that's not how it always was. I want to thank the tireless work of the Council's mighty Finance Division. Month after month of long hours of preparing for hearings, fielding questions from members, and delivering regular briefings, presentations, and reports went into crafting this budget, and we deeply appreciate the dedication of all the financial analysts and economists who got us to this vote today. A very special thank you to the Finance Division's leadership team who helped spearhead this effort: Finance Director Richard Lee, Managing Director Jonathan Rosenberg, Deputy Directors Emra Adev, Chima Obachair, Paul Simone, Isha Wright, Assistant Director Elizabeth Hoffman, Chief Economist and Assistant Director Dalara Demnaku, Supervising Economists Paul Sturm, William Shermatang, and Andrew Wilbur, Unit Heads Aliyah Ali, Julia Haramis, Florentine Cabore, James Reyes, Jack Story, our Finance Counsel Nick Connell, and the many finance analysts, economists, and support staff who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes at Mission Control to bring this all together. Big thank you to the Finance Division's Chief Financial Officer, Deputy Chief of Staff, to the Speaker, my friend Tanisha Edwards, for her leadership. The budget success we've achieved today is possible due to the dedicated efforts of you and the entire staff. I also want to make special notice of the finance admin staff and the legislative documents unit. They pull everything together through countless emails, updates, corrections, and last-minute asks all throughout the night. Every vote, every time. Thanks to Vanessa Diaz-Lopez, Nicole Anderson, Jonathan Etrix, Ruthie Del Franco, Jillian Jeffries, Yvette Molina, the inimitable Billy Martin, and Matthew DiStefano. The Sergeant at Arms, thank you for keeping things orderly and safe on both sides of Broadway, all throughout our executive hearings, parade season, and everything in between. Thanks to Carl, Raphael, and the entire team. And a colossal thanks to my co-pilot for the past 6 months through all of the endless hearings and briefings, Committee Counsel Brian Sarfo. Last but not least, special shout out to my district office staff for holding down the fort while I was chained to this desk for the past 6 months, and my special advisor, John Yedin, for dealing with my charming impatience. This budget represents the Council's commitment to securing key restorations to preserve the essential services that New Yorkers rely on and that allow for both a safe and healthy city. Together, the Council and the administration once again were able to deliver an on-time budget that not only reflects our shared priorities, but also makes deeper investments into areas where previous budget cuts are now restored. We fought with passion and precision for a budget that delivers for the hardworking New Yorkers who make this city the capital of the world, not only by restoring the attempted cuts, but by baselining funding to give services stability and reliability in our future. As just an example of what this body accomplished, in the $115.9 billion budget, the Council secured $1.7 billion for our priorities, including 7-day library service to 10 new neighborhood libraries, $50 million increase in immigration legal services, crucial investments in mental health supports, public safety programs, and robust child care and early childhood education funding, with a first-of-its-kind new initiative to provide free child care for children 0 to 2. This pilot program will help hundreds of low-income families and represents a giant leap towards making New York the first American city to provide free universal child care for new parents. This, in addition to critical allocations to CUNY, housing, mental health services, our libraries, schools, and cultural institutions. We're delivering a balanced, on-time budget, setting aside $8.5 billion in reserves while still investing in making our city safer, healthier, and more affordable. Our emphasis on baselining continues to reflect the Council's attention to the future, preventing future councils and administrations from negotiating over what should be bedrock funding while New Yorkers hang in the balance. Today, we're proving that you can achieve an ironclad budget that doubles down on what matters most while still setting aside funding and reserves and investing in making our city safer, healthier, and more affordable. We'll also be voting on 3 legislative items today, 2 pre-considered resolutions sponsored by me relating to the property tax exemptions located in Councilmember Shawna Brayu's district, and a resolution to approve the expenditure of payments in lieu of taxes to fund the development of infrastructure over the Western rail yards and support the development of housing. Now let's turn to adopting this budget. Before we get to the vote, I'd like to discuss the specific items that we'll vote on today. All members received a budget packet by the committee council that contains all the budget-related legislation that must be voted on by the committee and later today by the full council at the stated meeting. I'm just going to list the items that are on our agenda today that require a vote. Number 1, resolution approving the FY26 expense budget. Number 2, a resolution approving the FY26 contract budget. Number 3, a resolutions approving the FY26 capital budget, Reso A and Reso B. And number 4, a resolution approving an expense budget modification, which closes out FY26. Number 5, a resolution approving a revenue budget modification, closes out FY26. Number 6, a resolution approving the proposed FY26 Community Development Program, reallocation of 51st year funds and proposed 52nd year program. Number 7, 3 property tax resolutions, current base proportion, adjusted base proportion, and the resolution fixing the tax rates are all interlocking resolutions that together are necessary for adopting the FY26 property tax rates. Number 8, a resolution approving the expenditure of payment in lieu of taxes or a pilot to fund the development of infrastructure over the Western rail yards and Hudson yards to support the development of housing. Number 9, a transparency resolution. And the other documents in the packet which do not require a separate vote are Schedule C, a list of the terms and conditions adopted for FY26. As a reminder, Schedule C is a schedule of the expense and contract budgets, and the appropriations for the organizations listed in Schedule C are funded by the expense and contract budgets. Council members will have to sign a disclosure form indicating whether or not a conflict exists with any of the groups listed in Schedule C or Reso A, which details the designations of capital discretionary funds. A separate disclosure form must be completed for the transparency resolution. If any council member has a potential conflict of interest with any of the organizations included, they've got the opportunity to disclose the conflict at the time of their vote. If you've not yet signed those disclosure forms, we've got staff from the General Counsel with us now to guide you through the process. As a further reminder, please disclose any conflicts you may have with proposed subcontractors that are used by any of the organizations sponsored. These disclosures must be made before the subcontractor can be approved. And those are all of our items today. With that, I will turn it over to Billy Martin, the committee clerk, to call the roll.
Good afternoon. William Martin, Committee Clerk, roll call vote, Committee on Finance. All items are coupled. Chair Brannan.
I vote aye.
Ayala.
I am disclosing on the record of the council proceedings that AHRC is funded in the budget that we are adopting, and my partner is associated with that organization, and that Health and Hospitals and the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation are funded in the budget we are adopting, and my sons are associated with those organizations as well. And I also wanted to thank the Finance Division. Thank you guys. You guys have been awesome. It has been so nice to work with all of you, and I'm going to miss you tremendously. And with that, I vote aye.
Moya.
I vote aye.
Thank you. Powers.
Disclosing on the record of the council proceedings that my mother works at Mount Sinai Hospital, and they're funded in the budget and associated with that entity, and I vote aye.
Lewis.
I annul, and I am disclosing on the record of the council proceeding, my Metropolitan Transportation Authority is funded in a budget we are adopting, and my brother's associated with this entity.
Brooks Powers.
I am disclosing on the record of the council proceedings that the Queens Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated is funded in the budget we are adopting, and I am associated with that organization. And that the YMCA is funded in the budget we are adopting, and my family and I are associated with that entity. And that the New York City Department of Education, Ed School of the Arts, and Community Youth Care Services Incorporated are funded in the budget we are adopted, and my child is associated with those entities. And I'd also like to take a moment to just thank Chair Brannon for his leadership on the Finance Committee for the past 4 years, and really ensuring that the ship continues to be straight and narrow, and to the amazing finance staff that works tirelessly around the clock, which a lot of New Yorkers do not get to witness. Thank you for the work that you've done on that to once again bring us to today to vote and adopt a budget that is reflective of the needs of this great city of New York. Thank you.
Brewer.
I am disclosing on the record of the council proceedings that the City University is funded in the budget we are adopting, and I am associated with that entity as a professor there. And I am voting aye. I too want to thank Chair Brannon and thank the staff. And I think New Yorkers are still hurting, but I hope that this budget gives them some solace. We still have a lot to do. Thank you. Yes.
Farias.
I vote aye, and I just want to congratulate Chair Brannon and the entire Finance Division for their work on this budget.
Hanks.
I vote aye on all, with the exception of the, which I vote no on the tax filing rezos and accompanying reports, and congratulations and big thanks to Chair Brannon.
Thank you. Hudson.
I'm disclosing on the record of the council proceedings that the Brooklyn Museum, Botanical Garden, and Brooklyn Academy of Music are funded in the budget we are adopting, and I'm associated with those entities. And that the Museum of the City of New York is funded in the budget we are adopting, and my spouse is associated with that entity. And that Unlocal Inc. is funded in the budget we are adopting, and my tenant is associated with that entity. I vote aye on all. Congratulations to Chair Brannon for yet another successful budget, and thank you to the whole finance staff for getting us to this point. Thanks.
Osei.
I vote aye.
Sanchez.
I'm disclosing on the record of the council proceedings that the City University of New York is funded in the budget we are adopting, and my sibling is associated with that entity. And with that, I vote aye. And thank you so much, Councilmember Brannon, for all your leadership.
Stevens.
I'm disclosing for the record in this council proceeding that Columbia Presbyterian is funded in this budget we are adopting, and my child is associated with this entity. And congratulations. Happy Budget Day.
Williams.
I vote aye, and I would like to disclose on the record of the council proceedings that the Children's Rescue Fund is funded in the budget we are adopting, and my sibling is associated with this nonprofit. Also, CUNY is funded in this budget we are adopting, and I am still affiliated with CUNY, and also Queens Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated is being funded in this budget we are adopting, and I am affiliated with that entity. Thank you, finance staff. Thank you, Justin Brannon, our chair.
1.
I vote aye on all, and thank you to Councilmember Brannon for leading the charge.
Salam.
I vote aye on all, and I'm disclosing for the record of the council proceeding that the YMCA is funded in this budget. We are adopting it, and I and my immediate family are associated with that entity, and that Youth Represent is funded in the budget we are adopting, and my child is associated with that entity. And I'd like to thank Chair Brannon and the team for this great work. Thanks.
Thank you. Councilmember 1.
Sorry, I forgot to disclose on the record that of council proceedings that the learning experience is funded in the budget that we're adopting, and my child is associated with that entity.
Thank you. Carr.
Disclosing on the record of the council proceedings that the Italian Club of Staten Island, the Jewish Community Center of Staten Island, and the Garibaldi Meucci Museum are all funded in the budget we are adopting, and I am associated with those organizations. I will be voting no on all the tax class fixing and share resolutions along with accompanying reports, and I on the rest. And I just want to say thank you to all my colleagues who have been helpful and supportive of me during this budget process, and to all the staff who truly do yeoman's work each and every year getting this budget done. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Results, all items have been adopted by the committee with 17 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions, with the exception of the tax fixing resolutions and their accompanying reports, which were adopted by the committee with 15 in the affirmative, 2 in the negative, no abstentions. Mr. Chair, that is a full committee.
Okay, with that, this committee is adjourned. Thank you very much.